Welcome back to Surviving Mars. In the last episode, at the very end of the last episode, we finally, 74 souls deep into our colony, have our mystery. And the first step of our mystery log is we've got a whole bunch of meteors coming at us, so we need to be ready for that. Unfortunately, we are not ready for that because we are critical on metals, and we do not have a laser defense system. We have 10 souls apparently to work with. I guess I misread the warning. I thought it meant that over the next 10 souls we're going to have meteor storms. Although we have one coming now, so maybe that is what it meant. Who knows? So our truck is desperately trying to get metals right now because we are going to need a ton of metal to repair all the stuff that's about to happen because we're about to take a ton of damage. We need to get the laser defense system researched, but I don't remember what category it's in. I think it's in the physics category. So we need to start clearing some of these, some of the physics technologies, even if we're not planning on using them. Now, for this one, the low G turbines, that one is useful. We basically lose a couple polymers to make the wind turbines a little better, so that's a good one to have. And then probes. I've never used probes. I don't like using probes. Probes allow you to scan like the scanning towers do, but I find it completely pointless. We don't need surface heating due to where we are. The Stirling generator would be nice, but is not necessary, but we do want the dust repulsion, so I'll queue those up. And then that's a super battery. And then the fusion reactor is a super power plant. So we might go for those, but this is a good start for now. And we are 97% of the way to our next tech. Plus, the Kalo 1 is here and is constantly bouncing back and forth between sites on Mars, which is getting us more and more technology, both points and technologies unlocked. So we need to keep that pace up so we can find out. We have researched a... Okay, the planetary anomaly gave us 30 metal. That's useful. We got a milestone. That's 500 science points. And we got artificial muscles, which is where the drones carry 2 things at once now. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we're doing all right. We just need to kind of hurry things along right now. And there's just nothing I can really do to push this any harder than it is. I desperately need that laser defense system if we're going to get nuked by every meteor in the frickin' universe. So, we're going to time skip until something intriguing happens. Right now, we're okay. We're relatively stable. It's just not going to last long. And then another medium-term plan is we need to tap this site so we can get concrete and metal. But I think I'm going to wait until the meteors are done before I take that step because I don't want my hard work getting destroyed immediately. All right, time skip until then. Looks like I've got an alert here. The expedition team found a car. It's an amazing and amusing discovery. The car is well preserved. It seems to survive the crash of the cargo pod quite well. It was supposed to be in Earth's orbit, and we don't know how it got here, but it's a valuable historical discovery nonetheless. I can either do 50 tourist applications or put it on auction. So this is another question of short-term versus long-term gain. If we put it in a museum, we get 50 tourist applicants, which means eventually we could, in theory, cash that in for $500 million when they arrive here as tourists. But if I put it on auction, I'll get immediate $250 million and no tourist applicants. If we hadn't had that boost of money from before, I would have chosen to do the short-term one. But we have enough money right now. We have $3.6 billion. We don't need money immediately, so I'm going to say this belongs in a museum. And eventually we'll have a tourist dome operational, so that way we can bring in more and more tourists and get money that way. But that's good enough for now. Meanwhile, the Martian University is operational. It is training 10 people now. And when you click this, you get to see how many specializations you need. Throughout the colony, we need 4 botanists, 21 engineers, 9 geologists, 2 medics, no scientists, and no officers. So when you set the training, you can set what you want to train or who you want to train. I've got it set to auto, which is generally the best one for me. You know what? Never mind. Let's do engineers. Because auto, I think the way auto works is once someone graduates, it's a random chance which of those 4 is chosen. At least that's what I've noticed. It doesn't always seem to do the most needed person. I could be wrong. Maybe it does. Maybe it does do the most needed specialization. But at least for now, we'll only train engineers. I'll keep my eye on this. We're going to need more and more engineers anyway. So that's probably good anyway, having, specifically training engineers. Now, we never know when a student graduates. As it says here, graduation speed depends on individual student performance. I don't know what that means. I don't know what is factored in. There's no IQ test or anything like that. There's no information unless it's specifically about comfort or sanity. Who knows? So, Morale 78, one with the universe. Okay, that's strange. So he's unhappy because a service building was full, but he's just going to have to suck it up. So otherwise, he's good. We have enough metal. I'm starting to think I should take the risk and make another dome for to start grabbing the metal out of those 2 spots we found. All of this that we're scanning, we are getting a lot of metal. There's 123 surface metal here, 120 surface metal there, 55 here, 147 there. The reason I'm holding off is I want to, once we have deep scanning, I'm hoping that a location closer to the main domes has metal, so then we could set up there instead, so we'd be closer and we'd have a deep deposit, and deep deposits can have tens of thousands of units. So that would help us out in the long term more than the 1,000 we have up there, because I don't want to commit making a new dome and getting dozens of new workers when they're going to strip it out relatively soon, when we could get a deep deposit that has way more. So I think we've got enough metal on the surface that I can hold off doing anything here for now, at least until we get deep scanning. Once we've got deep scanning and I can start searching around a little bit more, I can make a decision from there. Okay, that's fine. You guys can depart. I'm not a slave driver. All right, 6 botanists, sure, do it. We're still working on those planetary anomalies because we desperately need more stuff. So we are doing okay. And Commander Liam here only has 5 drones now. So what's been going on with Commander Liam is what I mentioned before when we are going out to search for new materials on the planet. When the rocket needs drones, it pulls it randomly from everywhere in the colony. So it's been pulling drones randomly from Commander Liam. I can transfer the drones around so he gets back up to the full 8, but I don't need to right now since they're just working on concrete here. And Concrete Joes 1 and 2 are almost done with their job. They only have 104 more concrete in the site, so once that happens, I will decommission this site and probably move it over here instead, or here, just somewhere, to get more concrete so we keep that production up. But right now we have 626 concrete. We have a lot of concrete. We still need 80 concrete per dome. So it's going to be, we will need more. We will always need more. Always need more in this game. Always need more. But we're in good shape otherwise for now. I think we are okay. I just need to have the truck continue its job and keep getting that surface metal. And otherwise, we're just waiting until we find that technology so I can start doing, I can get an MS or an LDS, laser defense system. I hope. All 3 of these techs are in physics, so I hope it gets popped up soon. Okay, we've got deep scanning. We have lost a lot of drones because of this meteor shower. It has destroyed a bunch of things. We can keep up with it, but it's not exactly a comfortable situation for us right now. So right now we are just continuing to gather resources. And so now I can start researching, or not researching, but scanning to try to find some deep metal to work with. So we're going to research or scan all of these. We'll go like this and go from there. So now that we've got deep scanning, please. Yes, there it is. Oh, the MDS. It's not laser defense. It's MDS, Meteor Defense System. I desperately need that. We need that so desperately, in fact, that I might spend some money to get more research points. I don't want to. I never like doing that. I never like spending money for research, but we might not have a choice here because we only get 500 science points per day, and that technology is going to cost us 10k. So if we outsource, I can get 5,000 points for $1 billion. Ugh. I'll take it. We need it. We need the points too badly. So that's 1,000 a day added to it. So you can see we've now got 1.6 thousand per day research points as we try to get that Meteor Defense System. I desperately need that. So I've also called in this drop pod who's coming. He's only got some drones on him. He doesn't have a ton of stuff, but you know, we needed drones, and he carries 10 drones. So eventually we can make our own drones. Oh god, they're like little ants. Eventually we can make our own drones, but oh my god, guys, don't go right into the meteors, Jesus. Alright, you don't need 28 drones here. Let's do 14 here. Yeah, let's slow things down for a second. We need 14 there. We'll need like 10 here. How many are here? 4? No, make it 8. 6 should be fine, never mind. And then up here there's 12. That should be okay. Let's add some here. So we still have, how many drones are outstanding? 7? Excellent. Okay. 4 here. And 3 here. Works for me. Okay. So we've got our drone situation worked out. Still, we're having some problems in the student dome because we don't have enough people who match what I wanted from my traits. So I'm going to have to start allowing some flaws or something. But really, I can't really afford to enable any of those flaws, so never mind. Is there anything I can... Nah, I'm just gonna leave this here. You know what? The spacebar isn't employed. Whatever. There aren't too many people who are at the spacebar. The students will deal with it, especially since I think I banned alcoholics from being there or something. So it's fine. Okay, so we're still going. Continue the time skip. We are not going to get the science, the technology we need in time for this. So we are going to be suffering a little bit once the meteor storms start hitting. But, you know, we survived this one. I think we'll be okay, especially since we have so much metal that's coming in. The concrete Joes are now out of concrete to work with, so we will flag this entire site for destruction. We will leave these large groups of concrete here, but the rest of this can go. There we go. And we will leave nothing but our footprints and the mounds and mounds of concrete. So once the drones are done with this, they're kind of futzing about right now, gathering up materials and moving stuff around. Oh. Okay. Well, that just popped up right in front of my face. Cool. I can't remember if... I don't think the shuttles get these things. So I'm going to have to bring my car back. But we're going to move sites, so I'm going to call in all the drones. Even though this is telling me the drones can't access this, they can still be accessed by the shuttle, so that's fine. Instead, we're going to just drive to a new site. I guess I may as well do this one. And we'll set up a couple concrete joes over there to keep the production rolling. Meanwhile, we only have one planet anomaly left to do. So there we go, and then the Kalo 1 can head back to Earth. That would be this one. That requires... Oh, wait. That's our colony. This one, it requires 10 crew members of any kind, so... There aren't any rockets available to send on a trader or scientific expedition. You need a rocket landed on Mars. Yes, I have that. Oh, it just hadn't popped open its thing yet. I see.
Colonists are departing.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, there are 2 colonists that keep wanting to leave too. I think they're tourists, but they can't leave because we haven't sent this rocket back to Earth yet, so it's still gonna have to friggin' deal with it. Alright, here's our truck. Let's grab... Oh, I forget how much I need for the full setup, but let's grab some metal. We'll grab 10 polymers and 10 machine parts. And then I think it also needs concrete. We don't have a whole hell of a lot of space now. Go ahead and grab as much concrete. Oh, I guess we do have. Okay, cool. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to drive over to here, and you may be able to tell in the top left corner that the meteor storms are over currently, so we have a breather. We still are not going to be able to... Uh-oh.
Mission Control. We've got an update on the status of the meteor storms, and it's not looking good.
The initial evaluation of the situation with the meteor clusters has been miscalculated. The scientists from the Near-Earth Object Detection Programs predict that a significant amount of the meteorite stream would fill the space between Mars and Earth. While the thick atmosphere of our homeworld would protect it from eventual impacts, the threat level for any spacecraft will be past tolerable. To address the new situation, Earth Control has canceled all space flights until further notice. Holy shit. Oh my god. You know what? With as well designed as this game is, I wonder if the reason we haven't gotten any, if we hadn't gotten our mystery yet was the game was legit waiting for, I don't know why I said legit, but if it was waiting for me to be self-sufficient, because if they had hit me with that before we got all of our machines operational, we would have been screwed 6 ways to Sunday. I still want to know what that means. Anyway, we would have been fucked is the correct term for that. So, holy shit, man. Wow, this is gonna get a little ugh. Alright, so I need to move this out of the way. I don't care about super funguses right now. We need to get a couple concrete extractors, which... Oh, that truck moved out of the way on its own. Cool. There we go. And then we need a couple wind turbines. Is that within range? Nope, but I can't go to the right of it, so... Like, ah, jeez. There we go. And then run a power line. Like... this, and like this, and like this. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that should get a couple more concrete joes going. We'll call this concrete joe number 3 and 4. And we are almost out of time for this episode, and that kind of sucks because, like, this is the end of our recording session if you were watching this on release day. And this is when things are starting to really pick up for us. So it seems like our next episode is, or certainly our next recording session is going to be pretty... Oh, here comes another flippin' meteor storm. Okay, so we're going to just randomly get meteor storms over the course of the next however long. Got it. Well, that kind of sucks, but one of the nice things about all these meteors coming down is sometimes they leave behind metals, polymers, or research, and that's what these are from. Like, you know, our little explorer is doing really well, so we are saved from surface metal, or for surface metal, not just because I've been scanning to look for it, but because of the meteors that are coming down. So we're in an okay shape right now. It's not great. We're not in great shape. Let's not kid ourselves, but we are in okay shape. So because this is the last episode of the recording session, I'm going to do a quick thing right quick. I just said quick twice. So I remember this for the next time. So future Pyro, when you are watching this in about a week, when you are about to record More Surviving Mars, we need to... Oh, the Kalo 1 is done. Never mind. The Kalo 1 is done. Okay, so the Kalo 1 can accept exports now. And although the flight will stay grounded, the Kalo 1 will be ready to take off once we are good. So, future Pyro, finish building the Concrete Joes 3 and 4. Keep researching the Meteor Defense System, and good fucking luck with this nonsense. So that's going to do it for today. Oh, wow, we've actually got more science bits around, too. That might save us. If we can get some science points very quickly, then maybe we have a shot at getting the laser defense system, the MDS rather, the meteorite defense system, before this all pops off. So that will do it for today, and for about a week we will alternate it with Final Fantasy VI, as always, if you're watching this on release day. But either way, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.